Morning learners, and welcome to today's science lesson. That is going to be still on animals, but specifically today we are going to look at invertebrates. So as I remember, in our last lesson we looked at animals, but we looked under vertebrates, where we described several vertebrates. Like in that category we mentioned mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish, remember. And we gave examples of one of them, and we looked at their characteristics. What makes them to survive? How do they survive? Those are their characteristics. How do they behave? We say that some are warm-blooded. Like we talk of warm-blooded. Warm-blooded, that is also called constant body temperature. And then we have cold-blooded. Cold-blooded, that is, they change their temperature changes according to the environment. And under warm-blooded here, we mentioned that mammals, we have birds, only are the ones that are warm-blooded, meaning their body changes do not change, their body temperature does not change depending on the environment. Then we come to cold-blooded animals. And here we mentioned the amphibians. Amphibians, one of the first examples that are cold-blooded. And then we have fish, and then we have reptiles. All these are cold-blooded, meaning their body temperature will change depending on the environment where they are. So now up here, in our last lesson we mentioned about birds, and we say that birds, there are some that can fly, but some that cannot fly for a long distance. And here we talked of kiwi. We mentioned the likes of a hen, a chicken, for example. Chicken cannot fly for a long time. We have the ducks themselves cannot fly for a long time. We even have some examples that I may forget, like ostriches, kiwi, penguins. Those ones can't fly for a long time, but they may run. They walk very, very fast. So Lana, let us now go to our today's lesson. Our today's lesson, we mentioned that it's going to be very interesting. And now we begin in vertebrates. That's the opposite of vertebrates. We mentioned that vertebrates are animals with backbones. And we said that backbone is a bone. A row of bones running at the back of an animal from the head to the what? To the tail. A row of bones. And we say that touch your own back, you'll feel a bone there. That is a backbone. So all animals with backbones we mentioned, they are called vertebrates. Opposite to that is invertebrates. So animals without that backbone. So these are animals without backbones. They don't have the bone. They are animals without the backbone. Animals without backbone. And again, we don't need to mention the examples. So common invertebrates include the following. A, we're going to talk of insects. Insect is the first example. Then B, we'll mention arachnids. Another arachnids here you may not have, you may not have heard this word, but these are just like insects. Insects, we know we are going to mention them. Arachnids are simply like spider. The ones with 8 legs. You know that insects have 6 legs, but arachnids have only 8 legs. They have 8 legs, and then they also have, we can maybe mention something small, that these ones have 2 body parts, contrary to insects that have 3 body parts. We know that insects have 3 body parts: head, thorax, and abdomen. As compared to arachnids that have only 2 body parts, the head and the abdomen. They don't have the thorax. Examples of this: they have 2 body parts, they have 8 legs. So the other example here down there are spider. Mention a spider. We have a tick, we have mite, the other one before, and we have a scorpion. So arachnids are only 4. We have mentioned a spider, we have a tick, we have a mite, we have a scorpion. Mites, not termites. A mite, these are some of the small insects, small animals that attack the pigs or even the sheep when they are in the shade. So we have mentioned a spider, tick, mite, and the scorpion. The scorpion is well known to us. It bites, it stings, yes, but all these are directly. They have 2 body parts and 8 legs. So there are we have insects among the invertebrates, and then we have arachnids. Then C, we have the worms. We have the worms. Worms are so many, I'm going to look at them. Then we have the group of snails, slugs. The group of snail, slugs, and then we have the octopus. So those of you who think that octopus is a fish, octopus not a fish. Octopus, the way it is, the coastarian say that it's fish because it is eaten like fish in the coast. But this is an animal and it is an invertebrate. Then after that, we are going to have a millipede. E, we have the group of millipedes and centipedes. And then you are going to the last group, the group of crabs and lobsters. So this is very interesting, Lana. We just start beginning with the first one, but you can go very, very fast. Number 1, let's begin with A, that is insects. So what can I say about insects, Lana? Just to mention some few of them. First of all, insects, before we give the example, let's give the characters. Currently, insects have 3 body parts. That is normally known to all of us. They have 3 body parts. They are 3 body parts. 3 body parts. Then number 2, they have 6 legs, known to all of us. They have 6 legs, and then again, they breathe through spiracles. They breathe through spiracles. Some people call them spiracles. It's okay. These are just small holes. Like you can see a caterpillar, for example. A caterpillar may look like that. I'm just doing how it may look like. Then we will see the holes, some small holes on them. Those are the spiracles. The spiracles, they breathe through that. That's why if you pour oil or you pour kerosene to this animal, it will die instantly. Why? Because the paraffin shall have blocked the holes. So it can't breathe, hence it will die instantly. So it breathes through spiracles. And again, found on their abdomen. So the spiracles are on the abdomen of each animal. Abdomen. Take for example, this animal here. You will see it has some small holes along the abdomen. This one may be anything, maybe a fly, etc. So you realize that the abdomen part here down there are the spiracles. And again, something more about it. They have compound eyes. They have compound eyes. Compound eyes are those ones that can see any angle. They are not only focused in front like for us, but they are also able to see the surrounding. That's why you get it very hard to get hold of a grasshopper. Because as soon as you are going to hold it, it shall already seen you and gone away. So they have compound eyes. And then lastly, most insects have wings. Most of them have wings. They are wings. And they have only having 2 pairs. 2 pairs of wings. I just drew one animal here. Let me now draw it well and name it. I just drew a small animal here of this type. These are the spiracles, small coals. And then we have the pairs of wings. Another pair here. So pair means one, this is one pair, another pair. Pair means two. And then it has the compound eyes there. And then there's normally the rear legs might be there. We also have some legs down that come down. So they have 6 legs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it may have some antenna, like for a butterfly, they have some antenna. So it looks like this, and here you can see the compound eye. We can see the head here. We can see the thorax. We can see the abdomen, and we can see the 6 legs down there. The wings also here. I've just done a simple insect learner, and you can see it clearly there. So let us now give the examples. These examples that are called insects. We have an ant, and some ants have wings, some ants have no wings. We know them. So an ant is a very good example of an insect. And then we also have a mosquito. That is also a very common insect that we interact with a number of times at home. We have an housefly. A housefly means bees, weevil, grasshoppers, butterflies, and even termites themselves. We mentioned about mite. Mite is arachnid, an arachnid, but a termite himself is an insect. You realize that it has wings. It has wings. Then we are going to the group of scorpion and the rest. Now rabbit here. So the group B, now go to the group of scorpion. Scorpions, mice, spider, and ticks. I mentioned that they are called arachnids. And we need to know, sorry for the interference, scorpion, mice, spider, and ticks. So we just mentioned before that they have 8 legs. They have 8 legs. We mentioned that. And again, they have 2 body parts. There are 2 body, and they have 2 body parts. And we mentioned, we just mentioned that only scorpion, mice, spider, and tick. And they are also called the arachnids. Another name of them. They are the arachnids. They are also called the arachnids. So, you know very well how they look like. I don't want to go more into them. Then we go to our C, that is the worms. And under worms here, worms are just, let me just give examples. We have an earthworm. We have an earthworm. We have a hookworm. We have a hookworm. And then we also have a tapeworm. And then we have leeches. So there are other types of worms that we shall not have mentioned here. That we have the threadworms. We learned threadworms in class 7. We have other worms okay, maybe you have to mention but a few. The tapeworms, those are the ones that are majorly inside. They live in the intestines of animals. They are majorly found in the intestines of animals. Then after that, learner, We are going to go to the groups of slugs, snail, and the other one. So slugs, snails, that is D. Slugs, snails, and then we have the octopus. Next, as I mentioned, octopus is not a fish. Octopus is an invertebrate, and there that is the group where it's found. So don't classify octopus under fish as the crustaceans do. So these are animals with very soft bodies. They have very soft bodies. Their bodies are very soft, very soft. And again, snails have shells. You know that snails have a shell. They have shells. Unlike the slugs which don't have the shells. So if you see a slug, the main difference between a slug and a snail is that a slug does not have a shell, or a snail has a shell. So snails have shells while slugs lack shells. Octopus have tentacles, the arms, which they use to hold things. Octopus, many, there are one group of octopus, if there are many group of octopuses. So octopuses have tentacles, they have tentacles, or they are also called arms at times, the arms, which they use to hold things. So you may get a question that asks you, how do you call octopus? Octopuses use dash to hold things. They use the tentacles to hold things that maybe they have caught. Then they are found in the sea. Octopuses are normally found in the sea only. They are found in the sea. You can't get an octopus in the lake, for example. Then this group of millipedes and centipedes, we know very well that their bodies are divided into many parts. Not like the group of E. Here we talk of the millipedes and centipedes. And as we have just mentioned, that there are many body parts. Many body parts. Not like insects that have 3 body parts, arachnids have 2 body parts. These ones have many. We just drew, maybe you can draw an example here of a centipede. Here that it has many legs. And then bodies in segments. So these are the segments. Many body parts. These are the many body parts. And then it has many legs. This is how the animal looks like. It's a funny animal. They have many legs. They have several pairs of legs. And then we go to the last group, that is the lobsters and crabs. So there are animals which live in water. Learn that lobsters and the crabs live in water, you know that? And again, they have a hard outer shell. So lobsters have a hard shell. They have a hard shell, outer shell. And they have several pairs of legs. Lobsters have several pairs. That is something I want to do last. as we end our lesson. We have the lobsters and crabs. This group here, you may know that there are animals which live in water. They stay in water, that's number one. Number two, they have hard outer shell. They have a very hard outer shell, and the shell is just for protection, which makes it be protected. Then they have several body parts. They have several pairs of legs, several pairs of legs, meaning they have several legs. You can't talk of 8 or even 6, but they have several pairs. So then after that, we are now able to do several exercises depending on maybe on how I'm going to see that should be tested. So I'm going to give you quite a number of questions to test you if you are able to capture this topic of animals or not. But I'm very sure that a number of you are able to answer the questions as I've been witnessing in the past exercises that we have been doing. So until next time, learner, I want to wish you well. Ensure all the time when you leave home, you are in our Christmas. So don't leave it even a single day. Keep yourself protected always. Thank you, and the best.